And that whilst your purpose
that you've signed up to
your
and we share
assignment
together
changes from
is
time
to be your best in all you do.
And greatness can only be measured by the difference between before you showed up and after you showed up. If I look at the number of people whose lives have been transformed by your voice, that's how we measure your greatness. Humility is the acknowledgement of the fact that I am nothing except for the grace of God that works through me. That's what humility is. Humility is accepting your nothingness. And with integrity, not that you are just writing it, not because you are feeling it. It's like, you know, you didn't listen. If you are beautiful, you didn't create yourself. So come, let's be calm. Everybody, please write it there. Everybody, please write there. Be calm, be calm, be calm, be calm. Calm down. If you're married to a good man, listen, there are many better women than you that could have been married to him. And I'm not denigrating you, just like there are many, you know, your husband, there are better men that could have been married to you. The whole idea is not about anybody else. It's just understanding that, you know what I've got, I was given. Honestly, please write that down. What I have, I was given. So in the end, it comes back to one thing. To understand that we are told that he gives grace to the humble. So write this down. Humility is the container of grace. Humility is the container of grace. And I'm talking about genuine humility now. Humility is the container of grace. You will either have humility and receive grace, or, listen to this, you will be humiliated to the point where you need grace. So you either have grace or you will need it. And the process of God getting you to need grace, where you come to the nothingness of yourself, is called humiliation. So God will either give grace to you because you have humility, or he will humiliate you until you have it. I promise you, it's not worth it. So the question now would be, what then is the evidence of the fact that you need humility, that you need it? Is the sense of, number one, I am better. I'm better. Every time you go into the comparison and begin to think of yourself as better than anyone else, you run into the massive risk of needing humiliation. That's pride. Pride by itself is not the confidence in yourself. Pride is that conviction that you are better than, that I'm better than you. And there are many. I don't want to go into this, but I'm led to flow with it. We're under so much time constraint. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm led to touch on this. There are many dimensions of pride, but one of the most dangerous ones for speakers is called the arrogance of knowledge. The arrogance of knowledge is the conviction that you know something that the people that you are speaking to don't know, and therefore you are better than them. That your expertise, your experience makes you better. And pride always comes before a fall. Always, without a doubt. Every time you get to the floor of pride, the next floor on the elevator is a fall. So every time you see it and begin to feel like, because you are driving a nice car and somebody else is walking, that I'm better than you, that because my kids are doing better in school, I'm a better parent than you. Listen to me, please. Life is a journey. And on the journey of life, you never know when somebody else is walking through their valley. You never know. But remember that valleys are between two mountains. So next to someone else's valley is their mountain. So don't think that because it looks like you're doing better, that you are better. Because you don't know what that person is about to start climbing. Okay? All right? So my point is just to say, you know, I want everybody to come to the place where this, as we are going in now, before I even move forward, because I get the feeling like there is a place for some sense of, look, I'm sorry, as in some people know in their hearts, I know that if it is based on these definitions, I know that I cannot say that I have not had pride in my heart. And I want you to understand that the Bible records that Lucifer was perfect in his ways. Lucifer was flawless in everything else until pride was found in his heart. The question is, how did pride get into his heart? Simple. He looked at the people that he was better than, and he realized he was better than them. Bam! That was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. And all of a sudden, he felt like the only one that was better than him was God. And so he decided to say, I will lift up my throne. I want to sit higher than. He started to compare. So comparison is the first step to pride. Comparison is the first step to pride. Comparison. Comparison. Comparison is the first step to pride. So anytime you feel that sense, you know that there is something that needs to be dealt with. You are a channel. Write it down. You're a channel. The gift and the information that you give is not yours. If you researched it, somebody gave it to you, so cool down. If it came by research, somebody wrote it. That's why you researched it. If you didn't find it and it came by revelation, God gave it to you. There's nothing you know that you didn't learn. So calm down. Calm down. And rather, I want you to take this in your heart. I want you to receive this in your heart. Receive the privilege of being used to empower others. It's such an awesome privilege. Let me tell you why it is a privilege. Because if you are not the one that said it, somebody else will tell them. So calm down. just calm down. If God doesn't use you, he'll use somebody else. I tell everyone that has ever worked with me, when they say how, oh, FD, you helped me to discover this, you helped me to become this, I say, leave story. If I did not exist, you will still get to where you're going. Because God's commitment to your success is because of himself. It's not even because of you. It's because of his brand. So to protect his brand, you will succeed. Whether FD is there, FD is not there. And this is exactly the same way I want you to stop feeling like you are the one that made anybody. You don't have the capacity to make. You are not a maker. You yourself, you are made. You can't make yourself. You can't make others. So calm down. Once you have this heart, you are ready to receive grace. What is grace? Grace is the power of God at work in a man that causes the person to receive the results of God, not the results of man, right? So grace is the power of God that works in you let me say it this way, grace is the power of God that works on the efforts of man to give the effects, supernatural effects, not natural effects, supernatural effects. Grace is the power of God that works on the efforts of man to give supernatural effects. So once grace comes upon you, you have the capacity to be able to produce results that don't belong to you. That is why men are supposed to see your efforts, aka your good works, but the result of your good works does not match the efforts that went in. Then therefore, they praise God. It's that simple. But it starts with humility and knowing I don't have what it takes. Therefore, what I have, the opportunity to add value to you guys is a privilege. With or without Speak for Gold, you guys would have found everything you needed to find. I'm being honest with you. I'm grateful for the opportunity. So guys, I want you to be able to answer these questions for me as quickly as you can. Passion until it finds purpose, is frustrated. Passion, when it finds purpose or the assignment, is excited. Passion, whilst it is executing, is joyful. Passion, when it's done, is fulfillment. Guys, okay, so can I ask you another question quickly? What do you think this feeling of fulfillment is worth to you? Can you try and put it in any amount of naira, dollar? How much would you sell fulfillment for? The whole world, priceless. Okay, all right, I love this. Priceless. Everybody's saying, oh, fulfillment is priceless. Okay, but can I tell you guys something? Please, you guys, by now you know that I'm your person. I'm not, I'm yours, and you are mine. We're on this together. So anything I say, even if it pinches you, you know I'm not there to hurt you. So can I tell you that what you're currently doing now is what you've been exchanging for that fulfillment? Because many of you find it easy, as I did, to abuse Esau. Say he sold his birthright for a morsel of bread, for a morsel of porridge. What we don't know is what porridge looks like. Guys, please don't be upset with me, but I'm just going to be honest with you. What you are doing now is porridge. Your birthright is what you would have done if you were guaranteed success. That you are not doing, that's your birthright. Because that was what you were given success to do. You were born with success. The problem is you don't trust your creator. You think you are going to get success. You forgot that you were given success and born with it. That's why it was called a birthright. I want you to write this down. There are two versions of success. The first one is true success. The other one is defective success. Defective success. Defective success is success in anything that you were not sent to do. Defective success is the ability to use resources that were sent for an assignment to create results in another assignment that you were not sent. That's what defective success is. I told you the story yesterday of my friend that scored an A. True story. Scored an A in a course he used the time of study for a course he did not register for, whereas that time of study should have been allocated to another course that he was registered for. He would have smashed that other course. The other course was even cheaper than, like, you know, we say the word cheaper in like one course is cheap. That's easy to scatter. He would have scattered that one. If they had A+, he would have given him. Smart guy. But defective success is that ability to create results with resources meant for another assignment. Defective success is the ability to create results with resources meant for another assignment. Therefore, defective success is when you get the illusion of success simply because you put your effort to the wrong assignment. Defective success is when you get the illusion of success because you put your effort towards another assignment. If you can relate with this horse, if this horse can relate with you, tell me what it is that you find, oh my God, this is what it is. What will happen to this chair if this horse sneezed or even tried to move its head? What will happen? What do you think will happen? It will topple over. It will fall flat. It will break. It will move. It will break. It will break. So guys, check this out. Do you realize that everything, including the bills, that have the illusion, like because they need to be paid, you can't do what you're created to do? You just give it a try. My job, just so that you can make it, is to help you find gold in what you are created to do. So you stop running after money let me explain to you. Do you realize that gold is not money? But gold has value in every currency. So it's either you run after money or you get gold and command money. You understand? As long as you're running after money, money has the command. And unfortunately, please note this, write it somewhere close to your heart. Money has no leadership competencies. If money ever leads you to take a decision, I promise you, it will always lead you in the wrong direction. Promise. That is like I'm saying to you, guaranteed 100%. Those who make the best decisions with money did not use money as the decision maker. Money has no leadership competencies. I want you to bury it deep in your head. Very deep in your heart. Money has not one capacity. So now get this. You were not only created on purpose, designed with purpose in mind, you were resourced for purpose. So let me explain to you how the resourcing works. The resourcing works by God giving you every component that you need to solve a problem. Now, God blesses the people on your assignment with the problem and gives them custody of the money you will require to sustain yourself during your assignment. So the people that have the problem carry the money. You carry the components of the solution. All that has to do is you take the solution, turn it into value, give it to them. They will exchange the money to receive the solution. That is how you were meant to succeed. So let me be clear. Remember what I said about the brand. You are carrying the brand of the Creator, which means that the nicer your life, the greater people will give glory to God. So God didn't give you an assignment that was supposed to impoverish you. This is more important to me than clouds filled with rain. This is more important to me than plants bearing fruit. I wish above all things. This is more important than the waters not going above their borders. I wish above all things that you on assignment, because that's what he started by saying, beloved, so we know that it's not for everybody. And how do we know that you are beloved? He says, all things work together for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Bam! That was it. So we know who he was talking to. He wasn't talking to everybody that you prosper. That you prosper is not for everybody. It was for those who love the Lord. In other words, listen, remember, love is shown through two things: commitment and sacrifice, okay? And faithfulness. So those who are committed, those who are faithful, and those who sacrifice. That's why love is measured in giving. So those who are committed, those who are faithful, and those who sacrifice. So if it depends on how do I know I love the Lord? I am committed to him. I am faithful to the assignment, and I sacrifice. I give up what I have for the sake of the assignment. Now, if you are that person and you are called according to his purpose, so it's one thing to love God, it's another thing to be called according to his purpose. The two of them are like positive and negative. To carry current, the two of them must work together. So you must love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So when he said, beloved, I wish above all things, he was speaking to those who love him and are called according to his purpose. That means you are walking in purpose. That's you, guys. You are the one I'm talking about. He says, once you qualify for that, beyond everything else in this world, my heart's desire, my commitment is that you prosper and you are in good health. It is impossible. Listen to me. Purpose will heal your body. Just walking in purpose will heal your body, will keep you strong. When you are working in purpose, hear this, you will be young forever. I told you yesterday, purpose cleaned up the blackness in my lips, turned my lips in. No, I don't want you people to look at my lips too much because Tara can be upset. All right? Purpose, guys, you don't understand. Purpose cleaned my eyes. Purpose cleaned my eyes. I saw a picture of myself today. A friend of mine sent it to me by WhatsApp. I said, I don't want to show you people. Kai. My wife said, anyway, Sha, you are still fine, but Kai, a life without purpose. It wasn't that I wasn't fine, but there was an guys. Child. I wish above all things you will prosper and be in good health. Listen to this, to the extent that your soul prospers. So what is it that you think that we're doing here? Can anybody guess? All we're doing on Speak for Gold is the prosperity of your soul. That's it. So now that we will work on the prosperity of your soul to see how to create value for the message that you carry that has not yet found expression, and to build a business model around it, now you can begin to exchange money for gold so that you go from being controlled by money to having the control of money.